कुलदीप सर
यस मैम।
हाँ स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं ना। ऑलरेडी वी हैव क्रॉस्ड 100 नंबर। मैडम ने बोला था ना 100 हो जाए या 90 हो जाए तो स्टार्ट करेंगे। मैडम इज देयर? मैडम दिख तो रहे हैं बट
I am there, madam. Don't worry.
yes we can start,
Yeah.
madam.
Yeah, we can go ahead.
Welcome everyone. A very good afternoon to all. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. I'm Kuldeep Matre, Assistant Professor working in the Department of Zoology, Seva Sadan's R.K.Talreja College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Ulhasnagar. Today, we, that is Department of Botany and Entrepreneur Cell, are presenting a workshop on gardening under the aegis of passion to profession. Everyone needs inspiration once in a while. After all, inspiration is the fuel to creativity. Sorry, am I audible to you all?
Yes sir.
Yeah.
Sorry. Everyone needs inspiration once in a while. After all, inspiration is the fuel to creativity and passion. I learned this hard way, but let me explain. According to research, exposure to nature and greenery is great for our health and mental well-being. But majority of us live a kind of a hectic life where we hardly find a time to breathe. Where is the time to go out and reconnect with nature? Well, if that is your question, how about bringing nature to home through gardening? To talk on this topic, today we have Mr. P.C. Matthew amongst us as a guest speaker. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type them in the chat box in your control panel. I'll bring them up once the presentation is over. And one more thing, we will share the feedback link at the end of the session. Those who will attend the entire program and fill the feedback will receive the certificates of attendance and participation. Now, I'll request Dr. Manjushri Dole, co-convener of the program and head of economics department, to deliver the opening remarks. Dole, ma'am.
Thank you, Kuldeep sir. Respected Shri Professor Matthew sir ji, respected Principal Dr. Geeta Menon Madam ji, on behalf of R.K.Talreja College of Arts, Science and Commerce, and on behalf of Entrepreneur Cell, a warm welcome to all of us. Dear students, rightly Kuldeep sir has mentioned that in today's hectic life, hardly we have any time for spending our time with nature, and therefore a short way out of this shortcut for this hectic schedule is to have a small garden in our house itself. Gardening is a passion, but as a convener of entrepreneurship cell, any passion can be converted into profession. And COVID-19 lockdown has taught us a lesson that many people, those who lost their employment, those who lost their regular source of income, they have used their passion into profession. They have converted their passion into profession, and sizably they have earned their livelihood through their passion. So for example, many people, those who were having passion for cooking, they cooked food for people, they sold tiffins, they delivered nashtas, they also delivered many bakery items, so on and so forth. So here you find that your passion became your source of livelihood. Now, Entrepreneur Cell definitely is promoting, will promote even in future, the spirit of entrepreneurship among the students, among the youth. The word entrepreneur here is very important word. It is conveying different meaning, special meaning than a regular producer or than a regular businessman. Entrepreneur is a person who thinks in a different way. Other producers, other traders, other businessmen on regular basis, they are carrying out their business and they are earning profit out of it. But entrepreneur is a person who will think about the same thing in a different way. And definitely that will be converted into sizable profit, not only profit to himself, but sizable employment to other people. Entrepreneur is a leader, person who is having leadership quality, person who is ready to undertake risk and uncertainty, person who is thinking differently can be an entrepreneur. For becoming entrepreneur, you need not have to have funds of crores of rupees. Even with small amount, you can create employment for yourself. You can create a source of income for yourself, as well as you can create employment for others. You can have a source of income for number of families. For that, always you need not have to have sizable fund. Always you need not have to have n number of degrees. Only thing is that you should take the initiative. You should be ready and bold enough to undertake risks and uncertainties of life. You should have that leadership quality, because what is missing, or in what aspect our economy, Indian economy, is lagging behind, is that it's not just we are having scarcity of investment funds, but many times funds are there, or many times sizable funds are not even required. But what is lacking, or what is scarce in our economy, is this entrepreneurial skill, the skill of leadership. Because majority of us, we want to get employed somewhere else. Hardly whenever I ask students in the class, I very rarely find any student saying that he wants to become entrepreneur. Student will say he wants to become an officer in bank or in government office, or he may say that he want to be a say teacher, or he may say he want to get a job in bank. But very rarely I find any student saying that I want to become an entrepreneur. And therefore, this entrepreneurship cell, say we will be guiding our student, because it is not that students do not have novel ideas. It is not that students they are not capable of doing this. We know that they are very well capable of doing all these things. Only thing what is missing is that someone, very rightly Kuldeep sir has said, we want someone to inspire them. Now, gardening, today's say topic of workshop, definitely gardening also, not only it is a passion, but it also can be converted into profession. Gardening, through gardening, plantation of plants, that will give you definitely, that is a de-stressing thing in your life, no doubt. Or you will get scenic beauty near your house, near your building. That is also there. But at the same time, it can become a source of income. How? You can sell fruits, you can sell flowers, you can sell vegetables, whatever you are say cultivating through this gardening. You can convert it into profession, not only directly through garden, but it is having forward and backward linkages also. Because forward linkages in the form of, you can sell, just now I said flowers. Flowers are used for making garlands. Flowers are used for making bouquets. Flowers are used for decoration in our say various kinds of festivals and celebrations and events. Flowers are also used in scent making industry, perfume making industry. In some cases, flowers are also used for feeding the animals. Okay. And medicinal plants, fruit plants, etc. Number of varieties of plants can be planted in the garden if this garden is on professional basis. So these are the forward linkages of gardening. There are a number of backward linkages also. Say, for example, for a garden, seeds are needed, fertilizers are needed, chemical fertilizers, manures, they are needed, pesticides, insecticides, tools, equipments, so on and so forth. List is very lengthy. That means in all these forward and backward linkages, you can imagine how many people will get employed, how many people will get source of livelihood, and how it will generate or create income for our nation. So definitely it will contribute largely to our national income, which will help our economy to accelerate the rate of economic development. It will help to increase income levels at personal level, income level of the nation, as well as it will definitely help for removal of poverty. For this, huge investment definitely is not required. You can take the example of country like Japan. In Japan, say in each house there is a garden, kitchen garden, and they cultivate number of fruits, flowers, and in some cases even the rice. Not even a single inch of land they are wasting, and not even a single minute of their life they are wasting. So in this way, your passion may be converted into profession. This is our first webinar as far as entrepreneurship cell is concerned. We are looking forward for many more such programs which will give ideas, which will give inspiration, and definitely those webinars and even today's webinar will be thought-provoking and inspirational and motivational to our students, parents, and all the audience. Over to you, Kuldeep sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Moving ahead, I request Dr. Geeta Menon, Honorable IC Principal and Convener of today's program, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Kuldeep sir. Good afternoon to one and all. Passion to profession, the title of the webinar. Thereby, we are giving you the workshop on gardening. Yes, my dear student friends, and all the participants here, COVID time has given us enough time, COVID days has given us enough time to realize our own potentials and become entrepreneurs. There are examples daily coming onto the newspapers that a person has left his IT field because of stress and taken up some profession of his passion and earning in lakhs. There are examples, as rightly presented by Dole Madam, the convener of an entrepreneur cell, that people have, they really, their passion has helped them during the COVID time to earn their livelihoods. My dear students, here we are with a program for you, passion to profession. The only meaning is, don't run after jobs and stress yourself. You can convert your passion into profession, provided you are having the leadership quality and the feeling in you that you can become somebody, you can establish yourself. We have amongst us Sri P.C. Matthews, sir from CHM College, passionate about gardening, and he has his own establishment in Kalyan. And we felt he is the right person to address the young participants because he has made passion to profession in his regular life. So here, I would not say much. I'll not take much of your time. I just want every participant to learn what we want to convey. Here it's a gardening workshop on gardening. Gardening is a big topic. If you say we want something specific in that field, we will surely try to provide it to you. But fill in the feedback form with your request. We will address to it. Maybe anything else beyond gardening also, as an entrepreneur, you want to learn from us. We are there to help you. So my dear student friends, here we are with a program for you and looking forward to all of you becoming entrepreneurs in life, taking up the economy of the country, making your life stable and established. All the best to all the participants. Welcome and congratulations to all of you for participating. I wish my teacher friends, all my colleagues who have joined the session, convener Dole Madam, her team, from the botany department, my teacher colleagues, the website, the technical committee for supporting us. All of you, all the best for having a nice opening. And thank you all students. Over to you, Kuldeep sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your kind words. Many of us know Matthew sir already. Sir is very passionate, dedicated, creative, and motivated teacher. He's also very humble, compassionate, caring person, and yes, he's a very avid gardener. I now request Professor Vishaka Vichare to introduce today's guest speaker, Mr. P.C. Matthew.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to all. It's my great privilege to introduce our today's guest speaker, Shri P.C. Matthew, retired associate professor in zoology at CHM College. Sir is double graduate in microbiology and zoology and postgraduate in zoology. He had completed masters in marine zoology from University of Mumbai and is rank holder of the university. Sir had joined Srimati CHM College, Ulhasnagar in the year 1982. He has 34 years of experience in teaching. He worked as Gymkhana chairman for many years. He was chairperson for many committees in the college as well as university. He has organized many collegiate and intercollegiate activities and is nature lover and has abundant collection of plants. Sir runs a nursery of plants in Kalyan called Robin Nursery, and I welcome sir to this workshop. Thank you, sir. Now I hand over to Professor Kuldeep, sir.
Now, without further ado, we will turn the time over to Matthew, sir. So the platform is yours.
Good afternoon, very good afternoon to one and all. I am very happy to join this platform. I join and use this platform to give a very limited knowledge. Knowledge is to be acquired, not only to accept things, but we have to gain the knowledge through our life and through our. Now, I am very much thankful to Geeta Menon Madam for giving this opportunity. And I am very much thankful to all others, those who have spoken very nicely, especially Manjusha Madam has given a brief outline about the entrepreneurship and what it is, and exactly being a professor of economics. Am I right, Madam? So
Yes,
she could speak very well about entrepreneurship. Now, it is not that very easy to convey you the knowledge of gardening or a nursery in a limited 1 or 1.5 hours as such. It is a very vast area. From one end to the other end, it is spread out. Now, it is our duty to explore things and find out things. Now, I'm very much sure that the YouTube is one of the very important media through which we can enter into any profession, not only gardening, but also in any profession we can enter very easily. Now, I'm very much thankful to Geeta Madam as well as all the members who are associated with this program for giving support and making this program maybe a very good success as such. I will try my level best to give a peripheral idea, not a complete idea we cannot give. Rather, I can give a peripheral idea so that we can aspire things as such. Now, I have my daughter, Miss Ria Matthew, who helped in all my steps of this session as such. I'm very much thankful to her as well as my wife. She is a postgraduate in commerce, and she has now the knowledge of good many plants than I. So that means the degree or the field is not that important. The interest is very important. So the creation of interest is on. Now there comes the passion or the hobby. In simple, it is hobby. Now, what is a hobby? we had, myself and my family members had the passion, or rather the hobby of developing plants. No, so it's very important. Some in the childhood, some students or some young ones or some children, they have collection of stamps. They habit of displaying it. Then some have the passion of photography. Then so many things. And nowadays we know that some old notes are being collected, kept for long. So all these are passions. Now there is no need that every passion has to bring to profession. So if you bring this passion to profession, you will be very successful. Now here, I would like to give you certain ideas or other certain importance or benefits of gardening. Now, it is my personal experience that whatever the tension is, whatever the stress is, we can if you nurse the plants, if you water the plants, if you clean a little of area of the garden, you will feel that you will forget your stress. So, and you will forget about at what condition you are. You will try to do only that work. Now, watering is one of the very important factors in gardening or in nursery. Now, God has given us lot of things. We should know how to use it. Now, first and foremost thing is the natural light. Now, natural light, the sunlight, that is the one. God has created everything for us, but we should identify it. We should know it. What is good and what is bad, and what is to be done, what is not to be done. Now, from sun, we get the free energy in the as well as vitamin D. Vitamin D is one of the factors which is given freely by the nature through sunlight. Now, if you work hard, naturally, I did not say that weight will be lost. You know, आप बैठेंगे, उठेंगे, थोड़े चलेंगे, then ultimately you will have your own exercise. Without doing any exercise, you will undergo the movement of the body. Now, next one is the immune system. In our garden, if we have tulsi plant, if we have ova, if we have lendi pimpli, so like that, if you have certain plants at your home, you can pick up few leaves along with ginger, along with pepper. You can have the extract of that, or rather the kada, we call it as. So we can, this will make the immune system stronger. Now, which is very essential today for the improvement of our health. Next is, I already told you that the stress is one of the other factor which can be reduced very easily. Now, in your garden, if you plant certain vegetables like brinjal, lady's finger, these are easy long beans. So all these things, if you cultivate a little along within a limited space, you can have all these things. And if the curry leaves, कड़ी पत्ता घर पे रहेगा, तो एक leaf तोड़ के अपने को लेने के लिए बहुत अच्छा लगेगा, and you will have the satisfaction as such. Now, these vegetables, when we produce, we will have the least amount of chemical fertilizers. So that food will be more beneficial to our body. Now, flexibility. Next is the flexibility of the body. Flexibility, you know that आप चलेंगे, उठेंगे, बैठेंगे, bend करेंगे, थोड़ा ये उठाएंगे, वो उठाएंगे. Ultimately, the flexibility of the body will increase. Then, naturally enough, that will be followed by the strength of the body. Then, improved coordination. अभी ब्रेन में क्यों चलते हैं, हाथ करेगा, चल पैर लेकर जाएंगे, और उधर हाथ से हम काम करेंगे. Flexibility will lead to improvement of coordination. Then lead to the reduced bone. You can see that the strength of the bone depends on our calcium. Calcium, improvement of the calcium can be sorry, improvement of calcium absorption and utility is done by vitamin, is a part can be done by the vitamin D. Now, vitamin D is one of the factors that will give you a proper utility of calcium. So the bones, the ends of the bone will get friction, and due to the friction, what will happen? There will be the lessening of the length of the bones as such. So that will अब उठेगा तो कटा करके आवाज आएगा, ये वो इधर नहीं कर सकता, joints में pain होता है. So all these things ultimately lead to inability, and that can be reduced. So we can say that all these are the benefits of gardening. Now, we know that the professions, the gardening, if you do at home, slowly can develop into a profession. Now, one of the few of the professions I am explaining here. Now, we know that हम किधर जाएगा तो एक वेलकम करने के लिए क्या देंगे, एक स्पेशल ओकेशंस में वगैरह वगैरह अपन कुछ ना कुछ बोके वगैरह देगा, तो कहाँ जाएंगे आप बोके बनाने के लिए? एक फ्लोरिस्ट के पास. दिस इज अ प्रोफेशन. सो फ्रॉम गार्डनिंग we can go to we can generate a profession. Now, when I say profession, that means that a few words I remember. One is aspiration. What is aspiration? It is the self-thinking, or rather the how I have to become, I have to do this, I have to. This is aspiration as such. Now, this aspiration leads to inspiration. There are certain people which we say in the vicinity that they are very good. So we get inspired by them, and ultimately, excuse me. Will be inspired by them. So first part is aspiration, your willingness to become. Then second is inspiration. By looking at people, looking at the surroundings, you will get inspired. It's very good. I have to do it. This is the inspiration. Then third word is perspiration. So what is perspiration? Perspiration is nothing but hard work. Nothing can be achieved without hard work. It is very, very important. So if you cannot become a florist, or you cannot become a horticulturist, you are not a pomologist, or you may not become a landscaper. Now, all these professions are linked with these three words: aspiration, inspiration, and perspiration. Now, a florist is a profession by which we can increase our income. Then horticulturist. Horticulture is nothing but the increase in size, yield, color, taste, etc. of the plants, of the food materials, especially the nuts, vegetables, fruits, bushes, trees, or flowers like that. So horticulture can improvise things. Then a pomologist. A pomologist is the one who cultivates fruits. So the whatever the plantation is done, orchards are made, and from the orchard is a big thing, but at least a small garden can produce a lot of fruits, at least for our own purpose, or if it is extra, we can give it to others, we can sell it in the market. So if one produces large number of fruits, and if you enter into an entrepreneurship, then it is called as a pomologist. Landscaper is, landscaping is a profession, very good profession, that maintaining the plants at a business place or at a residence. So we can say that a landscaper, now a landscaper always design or design things, or rather according to the landscape architect designs the things, but after that, who make the shape, just architect gives the shape, or rather the skeleton of the area. But a landscaper will give muscles to that area, or additional things are being given. So that is a landscaper. So one who put the particular plants at a particular level, and according to the necessity of the, according to the intensity of light, that person can design and put appropriate plants at appropriate place. Now, landscape, the architect is followed by the landscaper. Now, plant photographer. Now, you know that photos are very attractive only when a very good photographer catches the camera, the image. So these images, if it is quality, is of good quality, then we'll have some more, what to say, uh, eager to see that again and again. So a plant photographer is very important. It can that work can be used for businesses, magazines, publishers, documentary channels, etc. Now, an ecologist is the one who study the interaction, because environment is very important. So ecologists study about the interaction between the organisms and the environment, including plants, animals, and all those things. Now, once we study the ecological aspects, we'll be able to use the proper resources at proper time. So that can also increase the abundance of uh, research to support the agricultural conservation and resource exploration efforts. Therefore, we can say that an ecologist is very important in the community. This is an organic farmer. Nowadays, we know the productivity is very important. So, it is how we can increase the productivity of a by a farmer, by introducing chemical fertilizers. It is just like eating rice. Instead of eating, ultimately rice will starch. Starch will be converted into glucose and is made available as a fuel to the body. But instead of that, if you go to a hospital, complain about the weakness, what that doctor will do? Administer the glucose solution. Now, that glucose solution is nothing but a ready-made energy source. So we can say that by using chemical usage is not that very good. So a farmer, previously what they used to do, take ashes, then to administer cow dung, dried cow dung powdered and is supplied, and very less amount of fertilizers, chemical fertilizers they used to use. So the productivity is comparatively very less, but the kind or the quality of the food which is produced, or the vegetables or fruits they are produced, is of high quality as such. So nowadays pests. Yesterday I took about 3 or 4 caterpillars from my curry leaf plants. Now, if I would have used much insecticides, it would not have happened. So nowadays, to increase productivity, we use insecticides. Now, instead of using insecticides, chemical fertilizers, an organic farmer will do with organic fertilizers, which is very much. Now, but the cost of the product will be much higher than the normal fruits or vegetables. Therefore, an organic farming is very, very important nowadays, because the future agriculture depend on organic farming. Next is an entrepreneur. Now, one of the entrepreneurship is nothing but plant nursery. Now, to become, now it is very ornamental, very highly profiled word, nursery. Now, it is not that very easy, even though I say that it is to be good, but no, it is not that very easy. But once you practice it, people say that it is very easy to preach, difficult to practice. Now, try this. Don't directly enter into a plant nursery as such, but you can always start small, keep small pots in your house, try to experiment things, and if you become successful, you slowly increase it, and ultimately you can start a nursery. Now, what is a plant nursery as such? A plant nursery is the region or is area of profession where plants are being um, produced and it is sold either in any of the forms. Now you can say that the specialist in bonsai, indoor landscaping, etc. These are the two types. Now you can say that bonsai are larger trees which are made small, which are made to grow in a small container. Most of the beautiful and it is very costly, but it is better to keep a bonsai in a house, and you can so that a banyan tree can be made into can be made within a pot. So a wild plant can be brought to your house in a bonsai. It is very artistic hobby, or it is a very artistic passion. Now, indoor landscaping nowadays, you know that is very if you in a society, they say you don't put any plants on the in the balcony because water, muddy water will come out, it will spoil the wall. Now, nowadays we understand the importance of oxygen. No doubt, they at their point they are right. But today, if you say so, how from where the oxygen will come from? Now we cannot synthesize the oxygen. Chemically, we cannot release the oxygen in a large quantity. So plants are one of the important uh, type of important organism which can produce natural oxygen, which is very much essential. God has given the gift, and we have to maintain it. Now, indoor landscaping is one of the media by which we can increase the plant strength. Now, what is the indoor landscaping? In an area where the passage where there is no very limited amount of light, then what you can do is that you can, as seen in the photograph, you can see that the passage is being planted with number of plants in pots or in land soil-free spaces. So it is easy. Now, only thing is that God has given another gift and one more sentence by humans, that is, if there is will, there is way. So अपना मन बराबर रखेगा तो अपन way find out करेगा, and we will find out the way and means by which we can plant things. So if light is less, go for semi-indoor plants. If light is still less, go for indoor plants. So like that, you can increase the number of plants within the house according to the space available. अरे मेरा घर पे किधर स्पेस है, और मेरा घर पे हमको बैठने के लिए जगह नहीं है, प्लान कहाँ बनाएगा? No, if there is will, there is way. There is always, if you keep some space in your mind. Now, when I speak about mind, now what is mind? Mind is nothing but the connection between your heart and brain. That is the mind. It goes on working. And if you give little space for a plant in your mind, naturally enough, you can find space near any of the corner of the house. So try to put one or two plants at least, which will readily give you oxygen as such. Okay. Now what is a plant nursery? Now we talk about good many things here and there, but I would like to say what is a plant nursery. As you know that a nursery is a place where plants are being reproduced or propagated by any means, and it is sold and is grown to a desired state. So if it is grown to a height of about 10 centimeters, then it is be sold. So that nursery man will always try to grow to that age, and it is being sold off. So you can say that which will be very much helpful in gardening, forestry, conservation, biology, rather than agriculture. So agriculture is a different field. It's farming. Here, plant nursery is a different thing, where plants are readily in a live form. It is being given to you. You have to take home, and ultimately you have to pot it, and ultimately you have to nurse it till it is there. So naturally, this is very essential for us to do gardening or to approach a nursery for a better quality of plant, and you can always plant it in a appropriate pot, water it daily. Now, watering, when I say, there is no need of give daily. So, some of my customers come here, बोलता है सर ऐसा ऐसा है कि मेरा प्लांट अचानक मर गया. अरे अचानक मरते नहीं है. Now, what is one of the reasons is that if one put daily as custom, it is not that customary to put water daily. Now, if you have thirst, then only you will drink water. And you can say that if the in case of if the before you water the plants, just you touch the soil and see whether it is moist, whether it is wet, or it is just like a soggy way. If it is soggy, you should not water it at all. If it is wet, water is more. Then if it is moist, then you add little water. There's no need that daily you have to water it. Now, first see the condition of the soil, then you can water it. There are certain plants which needs lot of water, which needs less water, which needs very little water. For example, the desert rose, which is nothing but the adenium. It needs very little water. It needs dry conditions to flower. Now, if you go on putting water, that plant will store more water and it will decay, it will perish. So it is not. I think that they are understanding what I mean to say. ऐसा भी नहीं होना चाहिए एकदम ड्राई होना मांगता है प्लांट तभी वाटर दे नहीं. If it is essential that you give. Now, nurseries, when I say, there are different types of nurseries. One is a retail nursery. Plants are brought and it is retail. Another is wholesale, wholesale nurseries. Wholesale nurseries are are producers in bulk quantity. So these smaller nursery people can purchase from them and can sell it in a retail. So it is not that very difficult to run a nursery, but to maintain a plant, it will become a difficult task. But if you overcome that, you will be good at selling. Next is, that there are different areas, fruit plant nurseries, there are vegetable plant nurseries, ornamental plant nursery, medicinal and aromatic plant nursery, forest plant nursery, high-tech nursery, agricultural crop nursery. There are different types of nurseries depending upon their produce. The fruit nurseries, fruit plant nursery will produce the fruit plants like chiku, then mango. There are all types of fruit plants will be produced by that. That's why it's called as a fruit plant nursery. Now, vegetable plant nursery, different types of vegetables, seeds may also be available, plantlets may be available. So like that, they will be concentrating only on vegetable plant production. Then ornamental plants, there are a number of plants, garden plants are there. Now these garden plants are generally produced by them. Then medicinal aromatic plants. Now, I told you tulsi, then vekan, ova. These are aromatic ones, which will give you pungent smell as such, and is highly medicinal. Now, this some of the nurses are professionals in that. They are called as the medicinal and aromatic plant nursery. Forest plant nursery. No, the roadside plants. Plants which are there in the forest, like teak wood, mahogany, like that. There are acacia. This acacia is used for uh, huge plantation, government plantation. So in open spaces, that process is called as afforestation, afforestation for plantation of plants in different ways. So this they are economical, but these plants are cultivated in large numbers in a forest plant nursery. High-tech nursery means it is all things will be generally by the technology is being um, adopted by them, and they're at the nursery for watering. There, for example, 20 after 20 minutes there will be a spray of water. It is already automized. You can see that there should be specific temperature in cold regions. There should be uh, proper temperature should be given. There will be thermostats. There will be different technologies used for that. So these are being automized. Automatically the things will go on. There's a high-tech nursery. Then agricultural crop nursery. Now farmers, if they are not getting the seeds, plantnets are being made and is provided to them in a economical cost. So therefore we can say that different types of nursery, you can adopt any one of it depending upon the availability of space, depending upon the capacity of you. So there should be infrastructure, depending upon the infrastructure. जब जबान से बोलने से नहीं चलता है, there should be certain basic needs for a nursery, like a piece of land is essential, either rental or purchase it. You can produce there should be a greenhouse, there should be poly houses. So you can say that the way you can do investment is not the cost. Nowadays, government of India is giving very help loans as well as subsidies to the farmers. It is possible. So if there is will, there is way. Now, to start a nursery, we cannot. अरे सर ने बहुत अच्छा है बोला, चलो कल से start करेंगे. No, it is not like that. You have to explore things. First is planning. Now, then running a backyard nursery, you need a region from where you can get the plants for running the nursery as such. Then operating a retail store. Yes, there should be an area where अभी अब मॉल में जाता है, तो एरिया सेलिंग के लिए है, लेकिन उनका एक गोडाउन रहता है, स्टफ स्टॉक रहता है. लाइक दैट रिटेल स्टॉक में आने के लिए there should be a backyard nursery. Then starting a wholesale nursery, it is not that very easy. Huge investment is there, huge what to say, technology must be there. So it is not that, but it is, if there is will, there is way. If you want to do, you can do it. Now, there are different steps. Begin with a plan. So you can say that what type of nursery you have to run is very important. So for a vegetable garden or a vegetable farming, what you need is the proper seeds in your area. What type of plant can be produced and then can be sold off. There should be proper planning. And the appropriate vegetables seeds are to be sought and ultimately is to be germinated and it is brought to a size of about 2 to 2.5 inches, then for replantation as such. Uproot and replant it. And for all gardening or for a farming, preparation of the site, you should have the homework how to do it. Is a very important aspect as such. ना अब थोड़ा लैंड लिया, उधर जाके प्लॉविंग किया, सीड्स लगा दिया, ऐसा नहीं है। भेंडी कैसा हम उगा सकते हो, ब्रिंजल कैसे उगा सकते हो, कैरेट्स कैसे उगा सकते हो, रेडिश कैसे उगा सकते हो. So such planning should be there, learning should be there. Once you hear it and tomorrow you cannot start it, but you should have the homework. So the preparation of that, वो वाफा के ऊपर लगाना है क्या, खड्डा मार के लगाने का है क्या, you should know it. Every site, nobody will help you. There are some agricultural organizations which can help you. Now, choosing your site, which type of plantation you have to do, all these things are very important. Then take care of plants. Now, simply doing plantation have nothing. There should be a water logged area, irrigation area should be there. There should be a well, or there should be a bore well, or there should be a municipal water. But municipal water, we cannot use it directly. What is the reason behind it? Because it contains a lot of chlorine. Now, next is about, that garden should be always clean. Next is 7th step is that garden should be always clean. Why it should be clean? You know that pests are there. Either bandicoots, goose जो बोलता है, वो कचरा जमा रहेगा, it will enter and it will always spoil the crop. Then there is if there is a lot of waterlogged area, there will be number of insects will be growing there, and ultimately it will destroy it. Then so cleaning up of the area where you are cultivating or where you are farming is very important. Now, coming to the next one, now simply a good soil will not give you harvest. Now, you can say that you have to clean the garden and add the compost. You can make the litters, collect it at a place, or keep it for about 40-45 days. You can make the compost, and that compost can be used back to the garden. So there are two things. One is the garden will be clean, as well as you are getting the fertilizers as such. So it is very easy to convert that litters into usable things. So therefore, you can add up. So that is adding compost is very much essential. Now, there is plant rotations. Now, you know that leguminous plants, especially the pea, that produces root nodules just below the soil, that is associated with the roots. Now, these root nodules contain large number of bacteria like rhizobium, and this can they are very good nitrogen fixers as such. So this year, if you cultivate leguminous plants, that those after harvesting, if you cut the upper part, then this rhizobium will fix large amount of nitrogen from the air, and ultimately that is made available to the next level of crop. Next year, instead of leguminous plants, we can have brinjal or vendi, like that. So you can say that these things can be rotated. Now, there should be a continuous, same crop should not be planted. Next is keep on, you cannot acquire the knowledge simply by asking him here, there, like that. But you go on reading, go on watching videos. Now, कौन सा टाइप ऑफ प्लांट्स हम ग्रो कर सकते हैं, लाइक दैट. ओके, आप ए प्रोफेशन में स्ट्रेस नहीं लेने का. have you enjoy that gardening, rather enjoy the farming and do gardening, then you will be very much successful. So you can say that these are the steps which you can see on. There are 10 steps which can make you a very good entrepreneur, and you can be successful, and you can now, along with the gardening, farming, etc., you can rear cattle, you can rear hen, so you can rear good many things. You can see that the a farmer need the basic idea. By reading, by acquiring the knowledge, one can always get it. Then there are certain common methods for propagation. One is by the seeds. You can see that a seed will always germinate the shoot system upwards and the root system downwards. So this is the methodology which you can see after plantation. Next is by cutting. All plants, especially the plants, can be produced by through propagation by cuttings. And now generally vegetative parts can give you another plant. You can see in the diagram, we can see that a part is being cut with a sharp blade, and if you plant it after, now while plantation you have to make a small hole with the help of a stick or an instrument or a plastic at least about, depending upon the type of seed which you are going to plant. This is the type of plant from where you are cutting. So you just make a small hole and plant it gently so that the tissue will not be disturbed. Okay, then put the. Now we'll be seeing some video later on, and then you will understand how the cutting can be planted. Now this is layering. It's called as gutti kalam. You can see that a small part of the skin of a branch can be removed, and that exposed part will be covered with the help of a mixture of garden soil and cocoa pitch, and you cover it. And after 15 days, 20 days, that depends on the type of plant, it gives water, the roots, and that area will be covered with the roots. So you can cut it and replant it. It's the layering. Now grafting. Grafting is also very important. So that also we'll be seeing in the video further. So again, grafting is another method. Now, different types of the gardens are there. What is a vegetable or kitchen garden? Nowadays, एक कड़ी पत्ता चाहिए तो आजू बाजू में नहीं मिलेगा, तो what we have to do? We can pluck few leaves of the, if you have a curry leaf plants. Then if you have in a small pot, if you plant ginger, rhizome of ginger, it will give you one or two tomato plants can be. So like that, similarly, mint leaves can be easily acquired. Similarly, kothumir, like that. So such plants can be easily grown at the kitchen level, at the kitchen garden level. So it will be easily readily available, and you will be, see, taking a leaf from your own curry leaf plants and putting in the curry. You will be the happiest person. Your blood will increase a lot. So next is flower garden. Some are not interested in vegetable garden or kitchen garden, but some may be fascinated by different types of flowers. So nowadays is readily plantlets are readily available. You can purchase few plants and you can rear them, nurse them. That will be a happiest moment as such. Now, tire gardens. Now, tire is nothing but a waste product. अपना गाड़ी का टायर उठा के फेंक देता है, तो वो टायर जैसा इधर फोटो में दिखाया है, टायर में लेने का, अच्छा से कलर करने का, अरे दैट एंजॉयमेंट इज समथिंग डिफरेंट. अच्छे से कलर करो, ए बेस बनाओ उसको, देन पुट गार्डन soil in that or a compost in that and plant few plants and you'll enjoy. After, it is tiresome, it is troublesome, it is hard work, but once you finish, bring the product, if you see final product, then you will be say, अरे क्या मस्त बनाया एकदम, your blood will increase. Okay, so it's very important. Then greenhouse gardens, now it is not a person, it's not that very easy to maintain a greenhouse as such. Now instead of, now there are water gardens also. Nowadays Kamal वगैरह available है. Then these available plants can be brought, kept in and rear them. Now what we had to, production से ज्यादा एक छोटा सा गार्डन के अंदर, छोटा सा बालकनी के अंदर 4 प्लांट है तो 4 प्लांट, rear it and you will be happy. Whenever you feel stress, go to that plant, talk to them. अरे आज मिला ही नहीं है कि नहीं, तो अरे पत्ता पीला है, I'll pluck it off. अरे ये इधर सूख गया है, I'll cut it off. Take a scissor, cut it. And these are the things by which you will be able to enjoy gardening. Simply, अरे ये मिला, लाया, प्लांट कर दिया, रोज पानी देते रह गया. अरे in a week you give a little fertilizer, either chemical or natural, whatever it is possible. And nowadays we can produce our own compost by using kitchen waste. Okay, you can use that. So like that, you can, so enjoy gardening. The herb garden, that rosemary, mint, all then kothumber, so all these things are what to say, herbs. Tulsi, produce in large numbers so that that leaves can be used for decoction as such. So if you have a plant, you will feel like plucking it, few leaves, putting it in water, boil it, a decoction is being made, and is very good nowadays to improve the immunity. So one way or the other, that herb gardens can help us. Indoor gardens, बोलता है स्पैथिफाइलम. स्पैथिफाइलम तो एक प्लांट ऐसा है कि white flowers होते हैं उसको, but that needs very little light. If you keep it, it can be kept in the bedroom. It will give a large amount of oxygen. Nowadays, indoor gardening by using succulents, by using certain indoor plants is very popular now. Now we understood, due to the COVID, we understood the importance of oxygen as such. Every plantation gives oxygen either during the daytime or during the night time. Okay. Now succulent gardens are very important. There are different types of, an array of succulents are available in the market. So you can take few of them and you can plant it, and you can nurse them. Nursing is where plantation is one side. Another part is nursing of this other part. Then the vertical garden. Vertical garden, but stands are available. You can plant it all those things in the spots, or you can keep few other pots into that depression. So like that, you can keep it, and vertical gardens can be made. So these are the different types of garden. Terrace garden, if you have open space on the terrace, you can have sun-loving plants, or rather sunlight is readily available, abundantly available. Then use such fruiting plants, then flowering plants like that, so that it will be available with you, and you will be the happy. अरे अपना पेरू से एक पेरू निकाल के खाएगा तो बोलेगा वाह वाह, अरे आज क्या खाया, पेरू में जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स मिला वो, प्लस आपका ब्लड का क्वांटिटी बढ़ जाएगा अपने आप, क्योंकि आपका फ्रूट प्लांट से फ्रूट मिला है, एक चिक्कू निकाला खाए, अरे बाबा बहुत अच्छा लगा, and that is having definitely a very good taste as such. Now further, you know that some of the plants can be flowering plants are there, and these plants, about these plants, Ms. Ria Matthew will explain you. After that, I will take over. Over to Ria.
Good evening to all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, Ria, you are audible.
Okay. So I am here to share with you some glimpses of a small nursery, that is Robin Nursery, which we run at Kalyan. So hope so all of you can see the screen.
Yes.
Okay, so these are some photos from our nursery. So you can see rose plants, which are at different stages, like some are blooming and some are in the bud stage. So as this seminar is all about converting passion to profession, so we are also passionate about gardening, and we have converted it into a profession. That is, we are running a nursery. I couldn't put all of the photos as such here, but I have tried to put some of the photos of some plants in our nursery. So here you can see rose plants, and this is a photo of euphorbia. The plant name is euphorbia. It is it requires a desert kind of condition. It requires very less amount of water. And here in the second photo, you can see the image of Peru. So we all are fond of fruits, right? So we all love eating fruits, and fruits normally, fruit plants, they grow into very big trees. And we all know that in city, there is a constraint of space, and most of the people live in buildings. So if such is the condition, we can't afford to grow a tree. So accordingly, we can grow dwarf plants like Peru, Chiku. Okay, so these plants, they are modified so that they can bear fruits at a very short height. So the plant photo, which you can see, this is a photo of Peru, and you can see the Peru, which has, that is a fruit which has come to a plant which is very dwarf in height. Almost the height is 2 to 3 feet. So, so at such small heights, you can get fruit. So you can readily plant it in your balcony, even though if you have a flat in a building, then too you can plant such kind of fruit plants and you can enjoy the fruits. Other than that, we have Chiku plants. This is the photo of Chiku plant. And this is also a dwarf variety of plant. So the plant is modified into a dwarf variety. It has a height of almost 2 to 3 feet, and at this height it is bearing fruits. Okay. So by planting such kind of plants, you can relish eating fruits, and you can grow such kind of dwarf fruit plants even at your home in flats in the balconies. Okay, you can enjoy it. And there are some bonsai plants, flowering bonsai. This is adenium. So Matthew sir had mentioned about this plant in his seminar. So this, the common name of this plant is desert rose. So this is a plant which requires desert condition, and as he had already mentioned, this plant requires very less amount of water. If you put more water, if you do over watering, then there are chances that this plant may not survive. Okay, so these were some photos of the plants. So I couldn't incorporate all of the photos, but I have tried to incorporate most the photos which I could. Okay. So apart from that, we have made a video regarding how you can do the plantation practically. So practically, Matthew sir had mentioned about different methods like grafting, stem cuttings and all. So in order to make the seminar a little more practical, we have made a video regarding regarding how these methods can be practically done. So I'll share the video with you all. Just give me 5 minutes. Huh? Okay, so the first video is regarding grafting. So I request Matthew sir again to continue with the program. We'll be showing a video also. All of you can see the screen.
Sir, video is not playing.
Okay, the video is seen, means it is paused. That's why. Okay. Is it now playing?
Yes, 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 it is.
And hope so this video is audible also.
Uh,
Is the video audible?
Is there any audio, Miss Ria?
no.
Yes, sir, it is there.
No,
Audio
we
is
can't. We
recorded.
can't hear.
Okay, sir.
Can you please share again in window tab, not entire screen?
Okay, I'll try, sir.
Okay.
Yes, we couldn't hear anything. We can't hear, sir.
Miss Ria,
Sir,
Yes, sir.
there are three options of sharing. First, you stop sharing, and then sharing a tab.
Okay.
Select.
Yes, sir. Otherwise, if you are playing video and giving audio from your side, it is also.
Yes. That's I'll be trying that.
Yes, sir.
Video on it. Video चल रहा है. So for grafting, what we need is two healthy plants. One is the mother plant. We have to cut it from this level, and another is the desired plant from these are the mangoes, and these are desired from the. So first you have to cut it from there, and further you have to take a cut with the help of a paper cutter from the middle, at least about 1 centimeter down. Exactly from the center. Further, you have to take the cutting from a desired plant. Either you can use the plant which is on the ground, or from a proper plant or a grow bag. Now you get to take a V cut by using the paper cutter. In a slanting way, so that the conducting tissue will be exposed from both the sides. V cut it is. Now after that, you can insert that cut region into the incision which you have prepared in the mother plant. So like that. Then you can now the sealing tapes are available without gum, glue, etc. Without that, or you can simply take the plastic envelope, any plastic sheet in a linear way, and you can just go on winding it, covering the entire cut region. Now tie it, break it, and cut it from one side, and tie a knot. This is a grafting. Now there are different methods of grafting as such, but you cannot introduce water into that cut region. Therefore, what you have to do is you have to put a plastic bag over it. And tie the open end of the bag so that water will not enter. Either you can use the same tape, or you can use the piece of string. Any thread can be used. There's no specificity as such. But only thing is that that area should be closed. So, and go on watering it and keep this bag in a place where very fade sunlight is there. It should not be strong sunlight. Else what will happen is that the entire unit will dry off. So you can keep it in an area where there is less sunlight for about 40-45 days. That will start the emergence of the shoot system. Now we'll pass on to the next part, that is how the stem cuttings from we can propagate a plant from stem cuttings. Now this is a hibiscus plant cutting. So you can just take a piece of it, plant it in a grow bag. Now this is of hibiscus. You have to just nip off the bigger leaves. The lower side, just you can I'll cut it. So you can cut it. At least about 2 to 3 nodes must be there. And this region, that is the lowermost part, should be in a slanting area, in a slanting cut. That slant should be allowing maximum water to go up. And on top, it can be a straight cut. Now, take a grow bag filled with compost, a little of compost, soil and cocoa peat, a mixture of that, and ultimately you can make a small incision or rather, sorry, a small hole by using any of the what to say, a glass rod or a plastic rod or a twig. So you can put it in the, you can make a small hole at the center and you can plant it. Now, this is how a small hole can be made by using an instrument. Anything of this size can be at the center. Make a small hole so that the tissue will not get destroyed. That is the idea behind it. Now, just insert it and put a little of soil around it and press that region. Water it. And after proper watering, you can keep this also to a shaded place where diffused light should be there. But there should not be intense light. If intense light is there, then it will, this cutting will die. So to avoid that. Now it will get rooted and can be made such a plant. So a planter can be easily made by cuttings, but all plants cannot be propagated by this method. Especially a mango tree cannot be made in this way because they are dichotomous plants. So we can grow such things. Now similarly, there is a plantation of seeds can be made. Seeds can be sown in a grow bag or in an area where, or in a pot. Then if the seedlings are coming up, what will happen is that you can uproot it and plant it in a different container. Hello. So, hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Now, that's the end of the session as such. I'm very much thankful to entire team for giving me this opportunity to share my little small idea with you. Okay, I think that you can practice it. I have tried to do it. So, and do three things. One is aspiration, inspiration, and perspiration. All these things are equally important. But the last part, that is perspiration, hard work, is much more important than everything. Now, in every field of life, especially for the students, अरे उसको अच्छा मार्क्स मिला, मेरे को भी मिलना है, मैं क्यों नहीं पढ़ सकते हो? So is aspiration followed by the inspiration, looking at अरे सर बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाते हैं, मैडम बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाते हैं, ऐसा मेरे को भी बनना है. Is an inspiration, and ultimately perspiration cannot be done by sir or madam. Perspiration or the hard work a student have to put up, and so that the student will become bright in future. Okay, thank you so much once again for all the listeners as well as the authorities, those who have made this program. Thank you so much. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Matthew, sir. And thank you, Ms. Ria. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom on gardening and giving a small tour of your nursery as well. And yeah, also showing the videos demonstrating the common techniques that one should know before one should pursue this hobby. It will be a great pleasure, sir, for to organize such similar or different events with you in near future. Now I request Professor Bharat Khatri to kindly take up the questions from the audience.
Yes, sir. Okay. So there is a question: which is the best place to develop garden? Is it on ground, raised beds, or containers? Yeah, Matthew, sir.
So it's a very good question. That depends on the availability of your infrastructure.
Okay. Yeah. Second, which window shall I prefer to grow plants?
It is
East
always
south.
a window or a balcony which is towards the east or west. East is more preferable. West is also preferable.
Okay.
So that the morning light in sunlight is very much useful for plants to give do photosynthesis.
Okay. How to handle infected plants with bug, spider, and mites?
No, it is better. Nowadays, I hardly prefer to advise people with insecticides as such. Chemical insecticides are very dangerous. Therefore, what I because it's the COVID span, that's why I don't do. Now you can use the neem leaves, boil neem leaves, and spray it over the plants if ticks, mites are there, or if flies are also there, that will also go off. Or it is a good method to prevent caterpillars. Now another part is just sprinkle the ash over it. If some of the insects can be driven off by that. Now neem oil is also very good. It is available in the medical stores. Neem oil. Put a few drops of neem oil in, and very little liquid soap to that. Mix well, and that emulsion can be sprayed. Very little. When I say the caustic soda, it doesn't mean that you have to put lot of caustic soda. The plant will dry. Very little, 1 or 2 drops of soap and neem oil. Mix it very well and spray it over the plants.
Yeah.
This can control most of the infections.
Okay, sir. And how to cultivate red banana tree?
Red banana trees. Red, no?
Yes, yes, yes.
So this now the rhizomes are available in the market. If it is available, then you can go for it.
Okay.
Or there are organizations which produce a specific species of banana plant by tissue culture. You can take the plantlets and cultivate it.
Okay. And one of the questions from faculty as best flowering indoor plants. Indoor plant with good flowering. Any
Now,
name?
frankly saying, one of the plant which I have experienced is Spathiphyllum, which can flower as well as can be maintained easily in a bedroom also. Or in an area where less amount of sunlight is there. So we can say that, and for all flowering plants need sunlight for pigmentation, proper pigmentation. So if sunlight is not there, it is very difficult to give the flowering. So it is better to avoid such, because it will be useless if we keep indoor plants, indoor flowering plants. Indoor flowering plants are very less. Show plants are plenty.
Ornamental foliages.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So instead of that flowering, ornamental foliage can be used.
Yeah. Foliage is an array of plants are available with foliage.
Okay. So there was a question regarding whether you are providing consultancies for garden, landscaping, and small spaces.
So I'm very sorry to say that I have no that much time. So I am a retired person, but today I say that I am not retired. See, I use my from 8 to 8 I work with but within the limitations of the nursery.
Okay. So we can take one last question, I think. How often should we fertilize the plants?
Normally, within weekly, little fertilizer will promote the proper growth of the plant. Within 15 days also will do. Maximum 15 days. Within 15 days, one has to give little fertilizer to the plants, because many of the my customers come, sir, मेरा plant grow होता ही नहीं है. क्यों नहीं होता है? अब पानी इतना डालता है कि पूछो मत. मैंने एक क्वेश्चन का आंसर मिल गया. पानी से प्लांट जलता, अपन खाना खाने बगैर पानी से जी सकता है क्या? एक क्वेश्चन में पूछता हूँ, समझ जाता है लोग. मतलब इसको फर्टिलाइजर जरूरी है, थोड़ा फर्टिलाइजर वीकली दो, नहीं तो 15 डेज में दो, फॉरनाइट. So it is very within maximum 15 days one has to give fertilizer. खाना भी चाहिए, सिर्फ पानी नहीं.
Okay, sir. I think you have answered all the questions. And Kuldeep, sir, over to you.
Thank you, Bharat sir. Dear audience, just a reminder, a feedback link has been shared in the chat box. Kindly fill the feedback. It's valuable for us. Okay. Now I invite Dr. Ganesh Nikalje to deliver the vote of thanks. Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, Smita ma'am, yeah.
Yes. There is a raise of hand in the chat.
मैथ्यूज
Yeah.
मैथ्यूज स्मिता हूँ यहाँ पे.
ओहो.
मैंने पर्पसली वहां पे क्वेश्चंस डाले कि डज ही प्रोवाइड कंसल्टेशन एंड ये, एंड देन फाइनली व्हेन यू आंसर्ड दैट क्वेश्चन आई सेड आई मस्ट रिवील हु आई एम. So that's why I wrote there कि I am his batchmate करके.
Nice to meet you.
तुमको मैं पकड़ने वाली हूँ मेरा गार्डन और ये करने के लिए. Anyway, the session was very nice.
Oh, thank you. I think that you all of you enjoyed.
Yes, मजा आया. Nice session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. So now I invite Dr. Ganesh Nikalje to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Kuldeep sir. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable eve. First and foremost, I thank to our special guest, Sri P.C. Matthew sir, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grace this occasion. During his presentation, in a very lucid language. He has discussed many things in horticulture, in nursery, starting from what is nursery. He has explained the different types of nursery based on the plant grown, different steps to success of the gardening, different methods of plant propagation, different types of home gardening. And after that, Miss Ria have given us a glimpses of Robin Nursery. Okay. I would like to thank Miss Ria also. Then I also express my heartfelt thanks to Principal Dr. Geeta Menon for her valuable contribution in organizing this workshop. I also thank our well-wisher Dr. Manjushu Dole, convener entrepreneurship cell, for her support, vision and commitment. My heartfelt thanks to all the faculties of Botany Department and entrepreneur cell members for valuable contribution, guidance and encouragement in all our efforts. A special thanks to Professor J.R. Patil for the technical support. Last but not the least, all the faculties who have joined this workshop. I hope they must have enjoyed it. Also, other participants, students, for making this workshop resounding success. Once again, thank you. I thank you all for kind attention. Thank you so much. Over to Kuldeep sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ganesh Nikalja. As Audrey Hepburn has once said, gardening is the greatest tonic and a therapy a human being can ever have. Even if you have only a tiny piece of earth, you can create something beautiful, which rather we all are in great need for. If we begin by respecting the plants, we inevitably are going to all respect all the different organisms. I take this opportunity to thank you all the participants, all the organizers. We appreciate you being with us today. We care about your opinion. So again, I request that we have pasted a link of a feedback form in the chat box. Kindly fill the feedback. And I officially announce that this program is over.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Just a moment, Kuldeep sir. I
Yes.
think there is some problem in feedback form.
Yes, sir. That only I was about to tell you, because in those columns.
Just a moment. We are working on it. Just a moment.
Yes, some problem is there.
May I know the problem?
Problem is that workshop feedback on a scale. In that question, the remark is coming, please don't select more than one response per column. Actually, I have selected only one response, but still that remark in red ink is coming. Please don't select more than one response per column, and that is why I can't submit that form.
Yeah, it is done, ma'am. Please
Okay.
check once. It is done.
But I have already filled it and it is not getting submitted. I have to fill it again.
It's a kind request to all the participants. Please fill the form once again.
Once again, okay.
Yeah.
Right from the beginning.
Just click on the back button, then come forward, then submit.
Yeah, it's working now. Yeah.
That's great. I think it is working now.
Yeah, we can stop the recording and streaming.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, if you get this message, that means it has been already submitted. Yeah, don't worry. Yes, it has been shared again. Okay, you can click on the link and fill the feedback form. Okay, Parvati, that means your feedback, we have received your feedback. You don't have to refill the feedback form again.
Thank you, Roy, ma'am.
Thank you all. Can we leave now? But still 43 participants I can see here.
They may be filling the form, ma'am.
Yes. Let them fill. We
Yeah.
will wait for a few minutes.
Yeah, ma'am, sure. Yes, ma'am. Jasmine, ma'am, you want to say something?
Hello. Yes, someone has raised the hand.
Major Dr. Mrs. Jasmine Patil, ma'am. I think she want to say something.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
madam.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, madam.
Geeta.
Geeta,
Hello,
madam.
Geeta. Hello.
Ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
I think Geeta, madam, she has joined, but she might be busy in some work.
Okay, okay. So,
Uh,
Geeta, nicely organized. I was HOD of CHM College, and we had visited Matthew's nursery. Ria is my student.
Very nice.
Ria is there?
Uh,
Matthew and Ria, are they there?
I think
No, they
they
left.
are not there.
They left?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank
We
you
will
very much.
We will pass on your message surely, madam, to them as well as to Geeta, madam.
Because
Thank you so
along
much
with
for
my
coming, madam.
Ria was my student till TY, now MSc also, and we had visited Matthew's nursery,
Very nice.
Robin Nursery at Kalyan.
Yes, we also are planning to visit once.
No,
Very
it's
nice.
really good.
Yes,
It's
yes.
really good.
Yes, very, very inspiring session and informative.
So pass on my message to Geeta
Yes,
also.
yes, sure, madam. We will pass on your message.
Nicely organized.
Thank you, madam.
Nicely,
Thank you so much.
Nicely organized. Can I start my video?
Yes, madam. No problem.
But no, it is, they are not allowing me.
I'm giving permission, ma'am.
Ganesh sir.
And now, ma'am.
Yeah,
now
yeah,
you
ma'am.
can-
Just a minute. Just a minute. We are doing it.
Yeah, Patil, ma'am, you can now.
Hello.
Thank you so much, madam, for joining us and participating and actively giving your feedback. We will definitely and surely pass on your message to Geeta madam as well as to Matthew sir and as well as to Ria. Nice to see you.
I was coordinator. I was coordinator for horticulture and gardening at Mumbai University for so many years since they started horticulture as applied component.
Very nice.
And I have taken many projects also, horticultural projects, along with my students. Ria was one of them.
Oh, very nice. So passion to profession. She has reached to that level.
Yes.
We can
Yes,
say.
we enjoyed the horticulture a lot.
Very nice of you giving all such information.
It's really nice subject. Refreshing and all that. Anti-aging, I can say.
Definitely. We all are in anti-aging profession, madam.
Really, madam. I'm also retired now.
But we can see that freshness and that happiness on your face because you are a thorough teacher.
I'm still doing gardening, madam.
Very nice. We are interested
My
in.
house.
Yes, we will definitely visit your house and your garden also.
Yes, madam, you are welcome. From where are you, madam?
I
Madam,
am from R.K.Talreja College and I stay at Andheri West. Yes.
Madam, I will tell you that I am the ex-student of R.K.T. College and I am TYBSc gold medal from R.K.T. College.
Proud to be RKTian.
When you enter the principal's room, you can see the board.
Yes, madam.
The
Tomorrow
board
we
of
will
achievers. My
definitely
name is
find out.
there. 1975 gold medal, and then I got national scholarship also.
We are proud of you, madam. All of us, all RKTians.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely
I'm
and
really
surely I
right now
will pass
because
on
of-
this message.
And you are welcome to my house, madam.
Yes,
Anytime.
madam. Surely we will come once. One of my friend, she's from microbiology, Sharada Vaidya.
Sharda was
She's
my
my best friend, my childhood friend.
8 years junior to me. Sharda was 8 years junior to me.
Yes, we both are friends from childhood. We were staying in the same building. We used to be together for 24/7. Now she's staying at Ratnagiri. She took voluntary retirement. Now she's staying at.
No, she is staying at Pune, madam.
Yes, but she shifted now to Ratnagiri.
To Ratnagiri.
Ratnagiri.
Okay.
Pune house is also there,
Huh.
but right now she is at Ratnagiri. Now she
Nice
is
to meet
enjoying
you.
her grandmotherhood.
Yes.
Yes.
I know.
I will tell
Nice
her.
to meet you, madam.
Yes, about you.
Huh.
Because Sharada
And
also,
R.K.
she is also, she has very
is
nice
just
garden
like
and all.
home to me. R.K. College, madam.
Yes, you are most welcome, madam. Now we are meeting online, but offline we have already started. Anytime you can just drop in.
You are having my mobile number, madam. So
No, I
just
will take
give your number also to me.
Yes, yes. You can take my number. You can give me your number also.